Hello everyone, and welcome to Mystic Moonstone's weekly angel card reading. How exciting! This is the first of 2017. The duration for this reading is the 2nd through to the 8th. I have a terrible throat, so I apologise in advance. I'm also going to be using some new cards for the influence, so we'll see how they go. Okay. All announcements all out of the way. I'll keep this brief. Okay, as we go into the beginning of the year, we've got a kind of sort of strange card really. We have Archangel Azrael and it's completion. Okay, completion isn't a negative card. Archangel Azrael comes in as a spiritual counsellor, but he also comes in as the angel of endings, and maybe, you know, this card is coming in on the 2nd of January, and there are things that need to come to an end. We need to draw a line under, we need to know we've completed and be ready to move on. Okay, the gold star in there is positive, nothing negative there, but just a little bit of a strange card for the beginning of the year. They do these things, okay, but you know something, the universe doesn't work on our calendar, and if things need to be completed or need to come to that ending, they will do no matter what. Okay, we have the law of attraction. Okay, this card says relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are now changing as you become more sensitive and aware of energies. And I think that kind of sort of really sums up the completion. They've gone really, really well together. In that, you know, sometimes, as I said, you have to draw a line under something, you have to realise what suited you last year may not suit you this year, and if you're going to be bringing in the new and getting rid of the old, then you have to draw lines under things, and there may be some hard decisions to make at the beginning of this year. Okay, so let's move on to midweek. We have Archangel Zadkiel and the card of forgiveness. Okay, now this is about emotional healing, and it can be about forgiving others, quite literally. This time of year it brings in a lot of stress, and quite often, you know, rifts start to build, and then you start to realise that you're missing somebody, you want somebody back in your life, one thing or another, or maybe you just realise that you need to forgive somebody in order to move on, because you're giving too much power over to them by being angry. Every time you put your thoughts onto somebody who's done you a harm, you're just giving them more energy, you're giving them more of your power, you know. And sometimes the way to be most powerful is to be indifferent to someone and think, okay, I forgive you for what you did, I don't like what you did, I'm never ever going to forget what you did, I don't really want you back in my life, but I'm not going to waste any more energy on you. And then you'll find yourself feeling quite liberated. Okay. For others, the forgiveness may be, as I've said before with these cards, you know, sometimes it's about the internal, and sometimes the hardest person to forgive is ourselves, especially when we're starting the new year and we look back and we think we made wrong decisions last year and things like that, or you know, it's midweek, so maybe you've started a resolution and you've already broken it by Wednesday, and then you start to be angry with yourself, and then you think, well, what's the point of keeping this up because I can't do it and I've already messed up and one thing or another. Forgive yourself. Say, okay, tomorrow's a new day, a fresh start, and I'll make it work tomorrow. Okay, we have singing and dancing. Express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through a magical power of music and movement. Okay, you know, singing and dancing is about being happy with yourself, and I think that kind of goes with the forgiveness as well. And I think it's time to really sort of cut yourself a bit of slack. You know, be a little bit more merciful towards yourself, and just let yourself be happy, okay? So what if you broke a few of your New Year resolutions? You know, that's what they're there for, is to break. Let's be honest with you. I don't know anybody who keeps them 100%. You know, the fact that you're trying, and the fact that you realise that maybe there needs to be some changes, that's the important thing. And you just see what you can achieve each day. So if you fail on a Wednesday, you make it work on a Thursday. Don't let all the guilt hold you back. Just because you messed up on Wednesday doesn't mean you're going to mess up on the Friday. You know, so, you know, and the singing and dancing, whether you go out and you dance with others, or whether you're just singing around your bedroom with your hairbrush, you know, you can't be miserable when you're singing and dancing. You can't, you know, you just can't be, you know. And I think this is about actually bringing a little bit of upliftment beginning of the year to actually help you to sort of move forward and to realise, you know, what the year symbolises, a new beginning. Okay. Okay, let's go to the end of the week. We have Archangel Jeremiah and Awakening. Okay, and I don't know if you're anything like me, but the first week of the new year, I go around like I'm almost in shock. My body's still kind of detoxing from everything that I've kind of piled into it, that it shouldn't have had piled into it over the festive season. And it is really sort of, you know, I would say by the end of the first week that I'm starting to awaken, to become human again, to feel normal again, to be back in the groove. You know, if you've been out of work and you know you've had the holidays and everything, and then suddenly, you know, everything goes back to normal. Routine comes back. You know, the children are back at school, and you know, so the awakening can actually be the time when you think, actually, I'm going to bring in those changes. I'm going to get that routine that I wanted. You know, the first week of January, it's really, really hard to stick to it. As I'm saying, as you get to the end of that first week, yeah, that makes sense, you know. And Archangel Jeremiah is the one who helps you to do that reflection, to do that stop take, to know what it is that you need to bring those changes with. Okay, we have integrity. Align your actions so they match your values and inner knowingness of what's right for you. And I think that's what we were just talking about, you know. I think these cards have really worked well together. I'm really, really pleased. It's the first time I've used them in this way. You know, I've been sort of using them with myself and using them with clients, but not using them as influence cards. So I'm really, yes. But what I would say with the integrity card, it's about being true to yourself. Okay, so as I said, you know, if you've broken a few resolutions beginning, middle of the week, don't worry about it. Just stay true to yourself. And, you know, the awakening is maybe you've realised that you've kind of had too much sugar in you over Christmas and you don't feel great on it, or you need more sleep, you need more exercise, you know, whatever feels right for you. Okay, if it's about the forgiveness, then, you know, maybe you need to follow your integrity and not let your ego rule. You know, sometimes we let our ego and our pride come out to play, and it gets in the way of integrity. And, you know, sometimes it can be hard to actually follow integrity, but do you know the one thing, when you are your authentic self, when you're true to yourself, then everything else falls into place, okay? And I think, you know, by that inner knowingness, I take that as the soul and the soul's intention, and where, you know, the soul knows what your life should be and what you should be doing. And sometimes we just don't listen to it, okay? So I think the awakening is awareness, and an awareness of where you need to be heading, what you need to be doing. But that won't really come in until all the fog of the festivities have lifted towards the end of the week. Okay, so we're going to do a very quick recap because my throat is, I'm just going to... Okay, Archangel Azrael, completion. Okay, so that's the really just kind of drawing a line under what the past year of what has come before. Okay, this is you drawing a line under it. You know, if you've done your New Year resolutions, maybe you decide you're not eating any more sweets or whatever, I don't know. You know, it can be drawing a line under it in different ways, you know. Maybe you've had a little bit too much alcohol over the festive season, you say, right, I'm going to draw a line under it, and that's it, you know. The Law of Attraction is a lovely, lovely card. It's relationships, activities that you once enjoyed and now changing as you become more sensitive and aware of your energy. So really, you know, you've completed one cycle, you took everything you can out of something, but now you're ready to move on. You're ready for a new challenge, you're ready to put that behind you and to be a new you. And by law of attraction, you're going to attract in like-minded people and situations that actually support what you want, what you desire. Archangel Azakiel in the middle of the week, a little bit of forgiveness, maybe forgiveness to those who haven't been able to get on board with how you've been feeling. Maybe you felt that people have held you back. Forgive them and move on. Okay? Don't let them drag you down. Don't let what dragged you down in 2016 drag you down in 2017. Singing and dancing. You know, it's just being happy. Okay, you know, it's express yourself, awaken your psychic sense through magical power of music and movement. I can't dance, but I go tap every week, and I still can't dance. Okay, I sometimes think, you know, my dance teacher must have nightmares about me. But you know something, I feel good. For that hour and a half, I feel good, and it just, you can't worry. When you're thinking about what your left foot's doing, oh, it's not going where it should be going in my case, but when you're doing that, then you don't worry. So, you know, dance doesn't have to be public, it can be something you do private. It doesn't have to be even getting up, you know, it can even be just sitting on the spot and doing, you know, just joining in with the music. You know, we all do car dancing, don't we? And we all feel wonderful when we do that. Okay, singing, again. You know, if you want to attract in spirit, and that's what they're talking about, psychic senses there, spirit are drawn, really, really drawn to singing. Doesn't matter how bad. Okay, when I did my development and we did the tabletop, you know, with the table lifts and rises, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. You ever had any doubts, you won if you actually get involved with something like that. And it was the singing that drew them in, that attracts them. Okay, so sometimes, you know, just singing a song that you know was a favourite of a past one, you can actually feel their presence around you. Archangel Jeremiah, the end of the week, is the awakening. It's about doing stock take, and when you do a stock take, you do a stock take in order to see what you need to throw out, what you need to embrace, where you're going to move forward. Okay, a stock take isn't just done for the sake of doing a stock take. It's about action. It's about moving forward. So it's not all about looking back, but it's about looking back to see what you've got to go forward with. Okay, and integrity. Align your actions so that they match your values and inner knowingness of what's right for you. Okay, so I really feel it's about being true to yourself, starting the year true to yourself, be your authentic self, stay your authentic self, and this year will be a good one. Okay, I think I got to the end of that. Love and light to you all. Bye.